Hello, I am Archivist Zarin, and welcome to my study. Today, we are playing a bit more of Hardcore WoW, as the title could probably be construed as saying. So, I already got, well, like, the larger half of a group, so we're pretty close to being able to just jump into the dungeon. Now, hopefully, yesterday we got kind of completely screwed over by the 1-day timer stuff. And once again, I still don't really see anywhere on the UI that tells me how much of that timer has gone by or what. But I assume because it is now tomorrow from yesterday that I can do the dungeon again. Most likely. Hopefully. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. It's just we're gonna do Deadmines on my priest, and then we're gonna do Deadmines on my druid, which we also did a Deadmines run yesterday on the druid. But another issue with the whole 1-day lockout thing is that yesterday I didn't finish the Deadmines run because our healer pulled half the dungeon and died. So I'm sitting here like, does that incur the timer? Like, is it just entering the dungeon with a group that locks you to it, even if the group wipes? Like, I don't know. I don't know the exact, like, specifications of this, when it starts, why it starts, and all that stuff. How to check if the timer is up, I don't know. But it probably doesn't matter. All I know, really, is that it resets at midnight. I think it's not like 24 hours from when you start the timer. I think it's just like server time at midnight. It resets everyone's dungeon lockouts. But that's all I know. Anyways, we should, in theory, be able to do Deadmines on both this character and the druid. On this one, I'm the healer, obviously. But on the druid, I'm spec'd into healing on the druid, but not necessarily locked to healing on the druid. Like yesterday I did DPS as a cat on the druid. So really it's a toss-up as to what roles will be available. I'd be fine with DPS or healing on the druid. I am not confident in tanking on the druid just yet, but maybe someday. So yeah, hopefully that goes well and we can find a group fast enough on our druid. And here, let's see, we got a mage that's, probably not the tank. And I think when they asked for me, like for a healer, they were still looking for a tank, I believe. I don't know. Well, if we're just looking for another DPS, it'll be a really short wait. If they're looking for a tank, that might take a minute. But it is Deadmines, so there's like a million different runs going on all the time. So it shouldn't be an issue in theory. But yeah, I'll just run out to the dungeon because why not? Everyone else seems to be just staying in Sentinel Hill, but I don't really have much to be doing over there. But yeah, it really sucks because on my druid, it was like, on this character, I already did all the quests, as can be evidenced by the Staff of Westfall. But on the druid, I did not. we didn't get the Van Cleef quest done because we never finished the dungeon. So I had to wait until today to even get that done. And I don't really feel like I want to move on from Deadmines until this character, at the very least, like bare minimum, has the wand. You know? Because that's like 90% of my damage in any given fight is my wand. And if I can't have the optimal wand, that's just going to completely stunt any leveling I could do. So we're just going to basically reserve this character as the dungeoning character for the moment. And once we get that wand, we can go back to leveling them, through quests and other such means. But in the meantime, I was leveling a warrior for hopefully getting used to tanking. I was leveling a rogue because I really liked the cat form DPS. So hopefully, rogue has that same kind of feel because I mean cat form is supposed to be emulating rogue anyways, so I assume they'll be pretty much the same. Just rogues will be a bit better at it. Um yeah, and then that was about it. I think those are the only characters I've been playing recently. Oh, the barn is closed. I mean, I guess the barn is just part of this entrance, so but in most of these barn buildings, I have the route memorized to be able to parkour all the way up to the rafters, but I assume it's significantly different in, yeah, it's very different in this barn. So, okay, yeah, so Wumpy is definitely the a DPS, but is saying that they could tank if needs be, which it is quickly becoming apparent that needs do be. But yeah, we'll just hang around here, help people kill things, I suppose, so they don't end up like that guy. Which actually, last time we were here, I wasn't paying attention, and someone died, like, right next to me. It's like I could have healed them and helped them, but it didn't work out. Oh yeah, but one of our DPS left to do Shadowfang, so that's fine. It shouldn't take too long to get more DPS, especially if Wumpy is going tank mode. It should be easy to find 2 extras. So we'll see what happens. Wonder if there's a way up onto this roof. I don't know. I don't know why, but every time I'm like bored somewhere in WoW, I just resort to random parkour. Because the parkour in this game is very weird and very like finicky. Where if you just kind of jump and move towards a lip, sometimes it'll just let you hang on there. And sometimes it doesn't. So who knows? But there's got to be a way up on top of this. I do know there's a way on top of the armory. I guess is that I guess blacksmith would be a better word for it. So I know that there's a way up there because I've seen videos of like a horde person sitting up here and killing like the Defias trader whenever someone tries to bring them in and finish that quest. They just attack it. So I know there's a way up there, but I've never seen someone up on top of these buildings. Hey, we got another person. Just one more and we can start. This is a tricky one. Because, yeah, this building's too big, I think. I don't think there's any way up on top of that. But if I can get on top of this, I can probably get up there. Hey, but we have everything. So we probably don't have enough time to figure out a way to get up there. So yeah, it seems, yeah, there's one here with me, and then the 3 out on the road. So we're all in Westfall, which means they should be here very, very soon. unless someone else leaves, then that would be quite upsetting. Are they going in and fighting a Defias henchman right now? Is that what they're doing? I don't know why they'd be doing that. I mean, I guess they just want a head start on the group. They figured it wasn't a big deal. I mean, I suppose it wasn't a big deal. They pretty much just soloed that guy, but you know, still kind of unorthodox. We haven't even gotten everybody here or any buffs going. Okay. Well, I hope you're the tank. You seem to be. Because you're actually, like, keeping aggro on things. That's probably good. I mean, honestly, the two of us could probably duo a good portion of the dungeon, seeing as how she just kind of wrecked everything. Let's see, Wumpy is almost here, and the other ones are actually on their way now. It is kind of unorthodox for them to be waiting in Sentinel Hill. You know, generally you wait at the entrance of the dungeon. But, you know, that's just what I've seen. Hey, Wumpy's here. Yeah, this paladin does seem to be a pretty competent tank. And Wumpy leveled. Very nice. Let's see. You have a better fortitude than I can give, so... Okay. I assume they are assuming that others have mining. I do not. I do not have mining, so I don't need to worry about that. But yeah, I think this will be a pretty easy run. Should all the DPS get here. I mean, already we've been tearing through these things with little to no issue. If they're here, we just need the last one coming in the top. Right about now, I think. And of course they went out of line of sight. That's fine. You know, we got a lot going on down here, so I don't know why you would need to continue on, because every DPS seems to be pulling their own little gaggle of people, which is not a great sign. Mage move. Oh, right. The mage is just stuck back there, I guess. I suppose, just don't really care about that. You see, this is why you gotta wait at the entrance of the dungeon until all 5 are corralled. You know. Of course, I suppose mage is one of the best classes to have stuck back there. I mean, rogue or druid with stealth would be probably preferable, but you know, it's probably pretty easy as a mage to just kind of blink past or freeze past all these guys, because they do de-aggro. We're not in the dungeon yet. Okay, yeah, they're coming. We just need to wait for them. Hopefully that, you know, hopefully they get here perfectly fine. Because, yeah, there's respawns up there that we didn't even kill. That was from the last group. Those were killed, and then we just came through it before they respawned. So hopefully the mage can just run in here, jump down, and we can get into the dungeon before any of this becomes an issue. But, you know, it shouldn't have been an issue in the first place, if you ask me, you know. Yeah, come down here so I can heal you. That was close. that was not a smart move on anybody's part. You know, the mage did well. They actually got through that whole pack of enemies, but we really shouldn't have made them do that, because that was dangerous and kind of reckless. But, you know, it's fine. All's well that ends well, as they say. Even though that's not exactly true. I mean, even if something ends well, it could still be horrible, but, you know. It is still what they say, whether correct or not. You know, I kind of think the all's well that ends well is more of an excuse than anything. Because it's just like, oh, we may have put you in a super dangerous situation, but you didn't die. You may have had like a very high percentage chance of dying, but you didn't. Alright, it's still a bit disorganized, but I'm sure we'll get into the flow of things as we get into the dungeon a bit more. Yeah, after this fight, I need to actually drink some of my milk. I've just been drinking the refreshing spring water, and that does not do very much for me right now. I kind of need to work through all of it, which I should probably do while questing, you know, not while in a dungeon on a time limit trying to get all my mana back. Yeah, because like the warrior charging in, like I don't know, is he? I'm pretty sure the paladin's a tank here. So, you know, you should really wait to charge in until the tank actually is in there and has aggro and all that. And even then, you should be probably charging the person that the tank is attacking, I would think. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll end up doing the same thing on my warrior. Maybe it's just the natural thing to do if you're a warrior, I don't know. I haven't played one long enough to get the warrior brain. Hey, loot. Alright. I would say boss time, but this guy's usually not an issue, like, at all. Because, yeah, either my... No, my heal bot's fine. I was gonna say either my heal bot's broken, or the tank hasn't taken any damage yet. Yeah, I only had to heal once, right at the end of the boss fight. Very wimpy boss. Doesn't really drop anything good either. I guess Raxor's hammer is decent, but there's no stats on it, so it's not really gonna outdo any other dungeon weapon. That's true, we need to keep an eye out for the patrol. That's exactly what I have. Okay, I guess we're going back and intercepting these guys. Pulled a miner, that's probably fine. Yeah, you need to get the fortitude buff again, because I couldn't buff them originally. Because, you know, they had the 20 stamina buff on them, and that's impossible for me to override at this point, which is unfortunate. It always throws off my buff timings when they have the pre-existing better than I can put on buffs. You know, my brain is gonna need to start, like, differentiating between the flame strike that these guys put down and the consecration that our paladin puts down. I mean, it should be an easy distinction because they're different colors, but just when I see fiery ground, I immediately think flame strike in this dungeon. Probably also because I don't think I've ever had a paladin tank, or at least not in a long time, had a paladin tank for Deadmines. It's always been either warrior or druid tanks. I do wonder how I'll do on my warrior. I mean, in theory, tanking isn't so hard, right? But at the same time, it probably is a steep learning curve. Because, you know, warriors, they don't have a consecration they can put down and then they just keep aggro and everything. And additionally, they don't just have the righteous fury is the name, right? Yeah, they don't just have righteous fury that boosts all your... It's pretty much like a threat generation toggle. You know, you gotta have, like, defensive stance or... You know, all that kind of stuff. And sometimes you need to jump between stances. And, you know, jumping between stances is very annoying when you're not going into arms at all. Because, you know, the arms tree gets the threat or the anger management talent that makes it easier to jump between stances, but other than that, you just kind of lose all your rage every time you go to a different stance, which I guess isn't a bad thing if you just set it so you jump to another stance when you run out of rage. Like, just keep an eye on both of them and make sure that you don't waste like 50 rage when you jump. But still, it's gonna be difficult to figure out how to manage that. And it's even worse that, like, I've looked into it, that I've tried to find like guides and tutorials online about how to get into tanking, you know? Because, like, once I get the basics down, I can just start doing it, and then I'll get better as I go. But until that point, it's like, where do you learn the basics? How do you learn how to tank in the first place? I don't know. Because everything I've seen is, like, tanking for raids and max level dungeons, and it's like, I'm doing Deadmines first. Like, I need something that just tells me how to tank for Deadmines. But tutorials are either I'm just not good at looking for them, or they're kind of lacking. I don't know why I can't get up on the log. I think it's possible, but I'm just not doing it right, I suppose. Alright, and this tank's actually being cautious. Also, the rogue seems to keep getting stuck in the little gutter there. That's what happens when you're a gnome, you know? You just kinda... you get stuck. You drown in moon wells. Okay, so... are they trying to wait until the boss goes back? No. I think they were thinking about waiting for the boss to go back. And I just remembered that I can actually bubble this person because they're a paladin tank, so putting a bubble on them isn't like a insult, you know, to their very existence. Oh, but that disarm is gonna be kind of brutal. Yeah, and because of the disarm, the paladin wasn't able to generate enough threat. You know, yeah, that's why you got to get that unarmed skill up. You know, Void was saying just earlier. You know, you got to get that unarmed skill. What the heck was that? I mean, he's a warrior. It didn't look like he threw a grenade or something. He just threw his hands up and then an explosion happened. So I don't know how that works, but yeah, certainly this is Wumpy's fault. I think that the tank was wanting to wait for the patrol, and that's why they didn't pull the next group. But then Wumpy was just like, "Bomb, go!" But it's fine. I'm just, you know, almost out of mana. That's fine. Patrol isn't in sight yet, so we should be all right. Yeah, let's start drinking here. Try to get some mana back before the patrol hits us. Of course, they're going out to meet the patrol, so I hope that they don't cause issues. I mean, the patrols aren't usually all that big. Yeah, I'm kind of with Wumpy. Like, just wait near the healer who's trying to get mana back instead of running off. You know, I mean, to be fair, if I didn't need to get mana back, I wouldn't really care. I would just be going back with them, but I always get nervous when the rest of the group leaves me. And I'm like, they're all gonna get themselves killed before I can get to them. Because, you know, I've still got my 100% survival rate to think about. You know, in every dungeon that I've healed for, I haven't lost a single person. You know, the only time we really lost a person was that one time that someone tried to run through Stranglethorn. And that obviously wasn't my fault because they just got themselves killed trying to go to Wailing Caverns. And then the other one was just yesterday on my druid where I wasn't even healing. Someone pulled the healer pulled the entire dungeon and got killed. So definitely whenever I'm healing, generally nobody dies. That just kind of goes to show you the power of a good healer. And that healers are probably half the reason why wipes happen. It's probably like, I would say probably 30%, no, probably 40% the tank pulls too much, 40% the healer didn't handle the situation correctly, and then 20% is that the DPS did something really stupid, like a healer pet pulls the whole dungeon or something like that. But most of the time, you know, a healer can make up for a lacking tank or a bad pull from a good tank, but certainly a bad healer, no matter how good of a tank you are, if you have a bad healer, you're just gonna kind of die. I guess only sometimes. I've seen clips where a tank will be like insanely good and it's like the healer is completely gone the entire fight, but the tank still pulls it off with just damage mitigation. So those are pretty epic, but they're kind of rare. Kind of like, oh, that way back on my first priest with the Stockades run I did, where that one DPS, I think it was it a hunter? No, it was maybe a mage. I think it was some kind of caster, either a mage or a warlock. But they walked too close to the I think it was Dextrin Ward is the one that's like super high level compared to the rest of, you know, the dungeon, and so the kind of lower level DPS ended up pulling him by just walking too close to the room. But I still managed to pull it off, just barely. You know, the tank in that situation was also equally a part of that going very well. I'm gonna take this. This is a lot better. I might just replace it if I get the Corsair's overshirt, but if I don't get that, this will definitely be a much better option for me. Yeah, this is a pretty chill run. I mean, it's like sometimes the aggro's a little all over the place, but 99% of this is just like the tank is real tanky, and so I barely really need to do anything because they're never, or at least not very often, in danger of being one-shot by anything. And that's what you gotta look out for as a healer on hardcore. It's usually the people playing hardcore are skilled enough to not fall into the regular just letting someone die. You just need to be careful about burst damage and, you know, making sure nobody's in that danger zone. Like with this person, they're tanky enough that probably anywhere below half health is a bit dangerous, but I can let them get a bit lower on percentage without having to worry about it. But like, from the Deadmines group yesterday with the Druid tank, they had maybe 600, what, like 600, 700 max health, and this person has like 900. So that bear tank, certainly you need to keep like a much closer eye on and make sure that they're not getting themselves killed. Because you don't want to wait until they're 50% health before healing them, because they could just get bursted down really quickly. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool if this is what ends up being my experience with WoW hardcore after a while, is just, you know, using the daily timer to make it so I actually have to play my other characters, and then just basically get each of the characters through the leveling up to the point where I want to do a dungeon with them, and then just do that dungeon every day until, or not every day because then it would feel like a hassle, but any day I want to, because usually I want to do dungeons. They're probably the most fun part of WoW, in my opinion. So long as everyone is at least semi-competent, you know. Certainly a really crappy team member can make a dungeon not so enjoyable anymore. But yeah, and I'm pretty close to getting my warrior up to Deadmines level as well. So I could do druid, priest, and warrior every day. And maybe rogue as well, depending on how fast I actually get them up to level 20. But it is kind of a grind to get up to Deadmines level. It's like I can do it quickly, but, you know, the familiarity that makes it fast also makes it really, really annoying. Because at a certain point, you just don't really want to do it anymore. You know, Elwyn, Westfall, Dunmoreau, and Lochmoden. You basically just do those over and over and over. And it gets very old very quick. Easy game. Let's see. We're probably fine. Yeah, they're just killing miners. I'm trying to figure out where hide cloak would be. I'm pretty sure they have hide helmet and hide cloak, right? Yeah. Show helm, show cloak. Let's turn those off. Because the cloaks at this level are just the little wimpy tablecloth things that, you know, it's almost like a bib that you just have on backwards. So, I'm not a fan of the low-level cloaks. I don't know why I keep comparing those things. Like, my first reaction whenever loot pops up is just, oh, compare it, see if it's better. But then it's like, the other half of my brain obviously knows that that's a piece of leather, and I can't use it. But I guess it just helps me figure out what the loot really is and if I want it. You gotta verify. Even if it's unusable, you gotta verify if it's better. Yes, I think we have the patrol coming behind us, but it might not be an issue because I think this is the patrol that takes the longest to actually get to you because of the big spiral ramp. You know, it takes them a good like 5 minutes to actually reach you. And in theory, we might already be like halfway through the dock portion of the pirate area. Yeah, of course, they picked up the powder, so the overseer pops up. Very important to keep in mind. They'll be fine. They got this. You know, I still find it funny because I know that they're not named this because of this.
Check out that noise.
But I like how the regular Defias miners are like, they're actually wearing a full uniform, but then the strip miners don't have a shirt. So it's like they're strip miners, you know, because they strip before they mine. But in reality, you know, that's not what strip mining means. That's, you know, it'd be a much more interesting profession if that was, you know, it's just kind of a weird combination of professions there, stripping and mining. Although both are probably pretty dangerous professions, honestly. You know, I mean, mining, there's a cave-in, stripping, probably many dangers to that. Doing them both at once, I wouldn't really think that would be a good idea. There was Wumpy again. That is kind of the weird thing. I know that, you know, warriors rely on having rage in order to do their, like, their opening attacks and everything. But at the same time, you know, you can't rush in just because you still have rage left over, you know? That would be probably the dumbest reason to charge into a combat situation. And we pulled even more, that's fine. We're all good. Now, this group I would definitely say is even better than the group last night, or not last night, yesterday, that got us killed. Not us killed, that got the healer killed specifically. But certainly this group hopefully won't be pulling the entire dungeon. I sure hope, and even if they do, I hope that everyone knows the reset spots. Which it's so funny because it's really actually kind of ironic because the priest in that one where the priest died, they pulled everything because they went up on the wheel, when the wheel is the reset spot. So it's like, how do you die going into the reset spot early when you could just, you know, see that things have pulled and then commit to it and just go fully into the reset spot, you know? But I guess they were just distracted. They had other things going on and didn't notice. Because I think they even said something in chat, like, right after they pulled the entire dungeon. Like, they didn't even notice that they'd done that. I noticed it. Somehow, I had noticed they pulled something before they noticed they pulled something, but... you know. It is what it is. They also probably should have waited for me to get my mana back before starting the fight, but, you know, it's probably fine.
monsters are tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise.
Will he now?
Ugh, now you're making me angry.
Okay, and there goes Smite. Easy as that. Man, almost 2,000 XP to kill the boss. That's like an entire quest's worth of XP. Just for killing one boss. It's pretty good. Oh, the tank took the Reaver. I wonder if they're wanting to go for a one-hander and shield build at some point. Because, you know, they seem to be doing perfectly fine, being like a retribution type tanking deal. But I don't know, maybe they had a shield in mind and they just needed a one-hander for it. He's unique equipped. They're not. Interesting. I rolled a 2. Because I was thinking, you know, rogue with 2 of those would actually be pretty well off, honestly. I mean, that's 4 agility overall, plus pretty decent damage. Of course, I think, don't you need daggers for backstab? So I don't know. Why are we still in combat? Well, now we're in combat because of this, but I'm pretty sure we were still in combat even before that, which was a bit concerning. It was probably something dumb, like the rat walked into the consecration and got injured or something. At least it's not the cockroaches from... I don't even know what dungeon that is. From that one later dungeon. You know what it is. I assume it's something like Blackrock something. There's a lot of Blackrock dungeons out there. Oh, thanks. I'll definitely take a free mana potion, even though I'm already up to the next, you know, level of mana potions. But it doesn't hurt to have another one around, I guess. Okay, well, here's the moment of truth. Well, whenever Cookie gets over here, then it'll be the moment of truth. To see if I get my wand or not. Will I have to do the dungeon again tomorrow, or is it gonna cooperate? Of course, the wand did drop yesterday, and it's, as far as I've seen, about like a 50-50. Although, I guess the chances could be like 30-70, because it always drops either the tenderizer or the wand. I don't think Cookie really drops anything else important. But yeah, but I think the tenderizer is a bit more common than the wand, because the wand is a rare item and the tenderizer is just uncommon, so probably that's how it works. Now, nobody go up on the wheel at all. That's like, there's no reason for you to be up there. That just pulls these guys, that's all it does. I don't think anybody here is too low level. Yeah, because I think if you have like a level 17 character in here, they can just pull the top area by like just jumping or something. And it's a bit ridiculous, but luckily we're all above 20. I don't think I've seen anybody even attempting the Deadmines without being at least level 20 at this point. maybe I've seen someone level 19, but that's like the bare minimum I've ever seen in these groups. Okay, we pulled just one little group down, that's fine. Interesting. So apparently, a parrot was like, what, 1,400 most deadly, and its average victim level was 20? That's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm sure the parrot themselves didn't do that, they just somehow got the last hit, but still, kind of impressive for a parrot. It'd be really embarrassing if the last hit was from the parrot and the death message popped up telling everyone that you died to a parrot. And really, I think that's the worst part. Like, every time I get close to dying on hardcore, I don't think of, like, having to re-level or anything. The thing that mainly goes through my head is, like, how embarrassing it'll be that my death message will pop up and that kind of stuff. It's like, it's always the social aspect of it that my mind freaks out about. Which makes sense, you know. If I was gonna freak out about anything, it would be social stuff. So yeah, I mean, we got a chest piece so far in this dungeon, but other than that, we haven't really. Man, I got both of those. What the heck? But yeah, we haven't really gotten a whole lot other than a slight upgrade on the chest. Well, I guess it was a significant upgrade on the chest piece, but still nothing like absolutely groundbreaking. Grats to Wumpy on getting the chest. Oh boy. You know, those haunches of meat could have been mine. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of mages with the, I don't know what you call it. What is that? Frostbite? But I know it's that talent in Frost that makes it so your shots sometimes, like your frost spells sometimes freeze them in place. I haven't really seen that very much except on this guy. Okay, are they not pulling him down? Okay. We're going up then. We'll get a bit of a drink in. They don't see anything. You just gotta wait till the last moment so we can actually get. Okay, that's pretty much the last moment. I gotta maximize the amount of mana drinkage I can get in between fights, because you're not always allowed enough time to get that mana back. he's coming right at us. And he's leaving. You think cleave is really a good thing to be doing here? I mean, I'm no expert on warriors, as I have stated, but I'm pretty sure cleave is just kind of meh, right? Although I guess it does weapon damage to more than one target, so it's kind of like I suppose it's kind of like just doing the heroic strike, but to multiple targets, spreading your auto attack damage as well, which is mainly what you want. You just rely on auto attack damage mostly, but you'll modify it with the heroic strike and stuff like that. But I don't know. I haven't played low level arms in quite a long time. Apparently we're killing X first. That's unconventional, but...
Lapdogs, all of you.
Lapdogs, all of us. Yes. I agree.
Fools! Our cause is righteous.
Is it though?
Brotherhood shall prevail.
Hey, perfect timing. That is a good sword. If only my warrior were here. I'm certainly on my warrior gonna play this dungeon over and over until I get everything I want. Like Cruel Barb, the cloak. Or is Cruel Barb unique? It's not. 2 Cruel Barbs and the cloak. Sadly, the Cruel Barb isn't something you can just like buy off the auction house because it's, you know, a boss drop, so it becomes bind on, you know, winning the role. I think. Yeah, bind's been picked up. 2 unspent talent points. I have been slacking. Alright, well that was that. Easy game. Now to go and do it on my druid. Essentially, it's just what we're doing. 2 Deadmines runs. Probably take about 2 hours. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned yet. Sadly, I will not be able to stream the full 4 hours that I usually do on these days because I have an appointment. So yes, I'm just gonna be doing about 2 hours doing the 2 dungeons and then ending the stream right about there. That was good. That was a good run. I got a level, got a chest piece, and probably just some miscellaneous stuff. So let's see. Sell. Auction. Sell. Or send to a mule. I don't know. How important are shadow gems? Probably pretty important. I mean, they're kind of rare. So yeah, I might as well send that to the mule as well, along with these. Is it just me or are the scrolls of agility a lot less common than the other scrolls. Because I kind of feel like they're, you know, they're not all over the place like the stamina and spirit and intellect scrolls are. Okay, so this is all just sell. This is send to the mule.
You need something?
I don't think there's anything to put in here right now. Other than maybe all this cloth that I got and these plants. Yeah, all the rest of this we'll just send off to the mule.
Have a good one.
Because previously what I was doing was I only had the mule to store money, and so I just had the mule be a regular character, and I would just send the money back and forth whenever I wasn't playing them. But once I started getting a number of actual items that I wanted to store somewhere, I needed to make a bank mule that could actually hold all this stuff, because, you know, sending money around is easy, but if you have more than just one mail send worth of loot that you need to be holding on to, it kind of becomes very troublesome to be sending that all over the place. So I just made a bank finally, and let's send like 5 of our gold as well, so if our priest dies, we don't lose all our money.
Open for business.
And, you know, overall we've kind of been hemorrhaging money rather than
Safe
gaining
travels.
it, just because of, you know, all these new characters, and they all need bags and equipment and wands, and all that costs money. So, and of course training, and you usually don't get a bunch of money by leveling. You kind of spend money to level efficiently. But especially because some of my other characters aren't exactly money-making machines. Like my warrior and rogue are both kind of money drains overall, because they just have well, what does the rogue have? Did I ever get, I don't think I got professions on the rogue yet, but certainly on the warrior I have engineering, and I don't really think much of the engineering stuff is gonna sell. Like, there's not much you can sell from engineering because everybody has engineering, you know? Plus, a lot of the stuff from engineering is like, it not only takes the engineering to make it, but also to use it for whatever reason. So it's like, you could make a bunch of dynamite and try to sell it, but your only clientele would be other engineers that I guess either aren't high enough skill to make it, but high enough skill to use it, or they just don't want to bother with gathering up the resources. I don't know. Okay, this is the boat to Menethil. So yeah, engineering, I don't expect to make much, if any, money from that endeavor. Plus, I mean, on my warrior, I need to level up first aid, so I can't even sell all the cloth that I'm getting. And I need to... a lot of cloth is necessary for engineering as well, because you need cloth to make the bombs and dynamites and everything. So, yeah, it's a bit of a to-do, and kind of annoying that it, you know, that character's not really going to be super profitable, most likely. But in the end, it doesn't exactly matter, because as long as I play my, like, druid and priest enough, they're gonna make plenty of money for all my characters. Because once I get them higher level with the herbalism, I can just start making bank with either, like, maybe Purple Lotus, if I eventually find some of that. Although I'm sure the Purple Lotus, especially on these servers, the Purple Lotus spawn points are probably consistently farmed. Like, I doubt there's any downtime in the routes that people take to gather those. Because that used to be how it was in Classic 2, I believe, where you would basically have people just farming and just pretty much AFKing right over every single possible Purple Lotus spawn just to grab it. Is it purple? No, Black Lotus. I was getting those mixed up. I think Purple Lotus is the low level one, Black Lotus is the high level one. Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about. The one that's used for the elixirs and raid potions and stuff. So yeah. Though they're worth a small fortune if you can actually find some, but I kind of doubt that I'll find many of those, cuz even on servers where potions weren't nearly as important, those were still farmed to extinction. Uh and now on this server where Petri potions are like the most important commodity in existence, I'm certain that Black Lotus is absolutely like farmed out, and you'd have to be insanely lucky to actually get your hands on any of it without buying it directly from the auction house. But who knows? I've never gotten high enough level to be able to pick the Black Lotus, so it might be a lot more attainable than I am expecting. I wish cat form actually increased the movement speed. In later expansions, didn't they make it so the cat form had like a negligible increase to movement speed? Where it was like 10% or something? Where it's small enough that it's not game breaking, but large enough that you would definitely want to just passively jump into cat form every so often. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just making that up.
Hey there.
Okay, take me to
Have a good
Ironforge. Because I actually have all the flight paths. Oh yeah, and I never even sold from the last dungeon group we did with this character. It seems to be a trend with me and just not clearing out the bags of this druid specifically. Kinda weird. But once again, we're just gonna send all the bind on equip items to my mule. Those are pretty good. I might send those to my rogue. They're not high enough level for them yet, but it don't matter. Can't we put... Do we need those? Probably not. I think I already have bracers in my bank for healing, which, speaking of which, I think I should hold... Actually, let me start looking at look for group chat and see if they're like, because I would take either a DPS spot or a healing spot. So I just need to kind of keep an eye out, see which one comes up first, and I'll need to be near a bank for when that happens, because I kind of want to be able to pull my healing gear out if I need to. You know, I don't want to go in, you know, saying I'm a healer and have all my agility gear on. That would be kind of embarrassing. Not that at this level it would probably make a huge difference. I mean, stats are important, but at the same time, it's still roughly the same thing at these levels. Like, even with, like, talents, no matter what you do with your... Hey, I have a talent point. No matter what you do with your talent points, you're still gonna be rather equivalent to anyone else. Like, interruption or cast time or mana regen. Probably cast time, right? Seen a lot of like Wailing Cavern and Shadowfang Keep, but not any Deadmines yet. 22 plus. I'm not 22 plus, so I can't join that Deadmines group. Although that also seems a bit odd. I mean, 21 is already higher than you need to be for Deadmines. You know, usually on a non-hardcore server, people will go into Deadmines at like level 17 or 18. So but we just need to keep our eyes out. Eventually somebody will be looking for someone not 22 plus to do the Deadmines. But also, they're not even saying like what roles they need, which is always confusing. Like when somebody says LFM but doesn't, specify what roles they need, it's like, do they just need everything, or are they just not specifying what they need for some reason? Did they just forget? I don't know. I usually just assume that they need all the roles. If they don't specify which ones, that it just means they need anything. But it's hard to know because everybody says the stuff and look for group slightly differently. They word it differently depending on who it is. So there's no like one answer for any of that. Look for tank. I am not comfortable enough to be tank. Yeah, so we'll need to, let's see. This stuff's all getting sold. This way. So we're gonna need to make our way over to the bank really quick, deposit some stuff, send some stuff to the mule, get our inventory all sorted out. And actually, I would like to log on to my mule as well and pick up the mail. See if anything I posted earlier actually sold. Now, I can't remember if I posted all that stuff earlier today or if that was yesterday. It's very hard to tell because I woke up at like 5 a.m. today, so half of what my brain thinks was yesterday was probably just earlier this morning. Just so early that it's hard to differentiate. Also, when I was looking at chat, you know how sometimes you can mix words together from two different lines of words? I was like reading on one line, the 22 plus level requirement for the Deadmines thing. And at the same time, I saw like an Oldemon group. So what my brain read was look for members Oldemon 22 plus. And I was like, that's a bit low for Oldemon. But no, I was just, my brain was mixing it. I don't think that's dyslexia exactly, but it happens. You don't read the correct line fully sometimes. Let's see, anything in trade chat? Uh, okay, we got a group.
How are you?
I just need to... Okay, the bank doesn't let
See
me
you around.
do the chat thing. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Gonna put plants in here, which was just that, so... Actually, I probably want to send the cloth away
Safe
as well,
travels.
because I don't really need cloth on this character. And let's just send everything else to the mule. Got some tin, some cloth, find on equip items, and that's about it. Send. Then we sell everything
Well
else,
met.
and we should be ready to go.
Farewell.
Yeah, that should be plenty of space, I should think. Alright, and we did get some healing experience on, you know, yesterday when I was having to off-heal for the priests that got themselves killed. So I definitely have some healing experience now as a druid, and I'm a bit more confident in my abilities to successfully succeed. But things could still go wrong, technically. I sure hope that I do fine. You know, I mean, it's pretty much the exact same as priest. You've got big heal, which is just like regular, you know, the regular heal, long cast time, good mana efficiency, direct heal. You got renew, or rejuvenation in this case, heal over time. Regrowth is kind of the only odd one, but I kind of can take that as a mixture between lesser heal and renew. You know, you just slap the two together and you get regrowth. So I think pretty much any fight I could just put regrowth and then rejuvenation on, and the heal over time should keep them well enough for like half the fight if they're, you know, decently tanky. But who knows? We'll see, and we'll also see how well my mana keeps up. Oh, I didn't... I am... Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot to get my healing gear out of the bank.
Hello. See you around. Good day to you. See you later.
They do have a warlock who's over level 20. I think they have summon, right? So they might just decide to summon me. If not, I mean, I just one flight to Stormwind and then fly back away from the dungeon. It's not really that long of a delay. But certainly having that extra... Because I was just looking at my mana pool and I was like, that's a bit wimpy compared to my priest. I should have similar gear. And then I was like, oh wait, all my gear is agility. You know? It's not good. You know, I have some intellect, but spirit is heavily lacking, so... But luckily they seem pretty chill about it, so that's good. Now, I wonder if that's Mo or Moe. I would assume Mo, because this is an English server, but, you know, it's... You never know. You never know what people are going to be naming their characters. Alright, but we need to grab... I think I have like 4 items in the bank. Cloak, bracers, one hand, and offhand. And maybe something else, but those will definitely give me at least like an additional 3 to 5 intellect and spirit, hopefully. Which, I mean, isn't huge, but it could be the difference between someone dying and not, you know? Alright, so they are trying to summon me, so we'll be able to grab our stuff and teleport right over. That will be quite nice. I hope that opening the bank doesn't dismiss this. I doubt it would, but...
Hey there.
Yeah, we're fine. Okay.
See you around.
Okay. Put this on.
Hello.
Put this stuff back in the bank.
Have a good one.
And then accept. Nice. There's a lot of buffs to go around. Where's... Oh, he's probably inside the dungeon already. Yeah. The charge sound is pretty conclusive, I think. And of course they went in without me having any mana. Luckily I do have mana potions. And we can just kind of wait, because they're doing fine mana wise or health wise. Regen faster, please. There we go. Now dude, don't be going in there when I have no mana, please. I mean, I haven't even fully buffed everyone. I haven't even buffed him fully yet, so it's a bit reckless. Are they down there? Looks like it, yeah. Where am I? I wonder if my heal bot's actually set up. Let's just check that right now in the middle of combat. Let's see, regrowth 2, rejuvenation 3, healing touch 4. Yeah, that's all good. So that's big heal, regrowth, heal over time. Got it. Of course, I don't know how it's exactly supposed to work with me DPSing. Because... No, I want little one and heal over time. There we go. Because, honestly, I'm used to just having it be, you know, you just wand from a distance anytime you're wanting to get DPS done as a healer, but obviously druids don't really use, you know, they don't really use wands. By that I mean they can't use wands, so. But he's certainly an attentive tank. You know, anytime something's pulled on me, he's been there to pull it off of me, so that's very nice. Very good sign. What's Grakna? Oh, it's showing as a warrior because it's a Void Walker. Okay. Money. I like this cloak. It's actually, you know, long. And my favorite color. No, that's not why I bought it, but I certainly would buy something just because it's a long cloak that is my favorite color. You know, that's spot on for me. You gotta have the good fashion. Yeah, I don't even know if it's worth it to be in the fray just to get that, like, little bit of dagger XP. But, you know, then you're getting hit by AoE attacks and stuff, thus equaling just more mana I need to spend to heal myself, and that's not efficient. So maybe I just stay back and do no damage. maybe that's the secret. So, like, so when do I DPS as a healer? That's the fun part. You don't. Oh, I don't have any things popping up. I need to have the things. Let's see. 1, 1 second. Yeah, why is this off? Why does this keep... How does that turn off? And I need this on my bar as well, because spring water, I may not have as much overall mana as my priest, but spring water's still not gonna cut it. Don't mind me, just drinking in the corner. I love this cape. This is a Seer's cape. That's a good cape. Like normally I don't like the low level capes, but this is the exception right here. Intellect, stamina, not really important for me. I was about to say something very dumb, because I was about to be like, man, I haven't seen any druid healers in the dungeons I've been doing. And then I realized 90% of the dungeons I've been doing, I have been the healer. So, it's, you know, not really, not really a good comparison there. Also, this tank is going very quick, which I suppose is alright, but it's just a bit of a trial by fire to get me into the healing of druids. But, yeah, that's fine. They did wait for me before the boss, which is very nice. Yeah, I need to remember that I got the medicine bag here, which is the druid class quest item, and that'll act as kind of, I don't know if it causes cooldowns on anything. How much of a cooldown is that? 30 minutes. Yeesh. So I bet it's its own cooldown, but still, unlike Van Cleef, if I'm needing some extra mana to get by, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea to use that pouch to just get that extra mana. Yeah, as a warrior tank, I want to be a lot like this guy. Able to just go in, pick up a bunch of enemies, actually keep aggro very efficiently. Of course, I might go a bit slower, but all in all, still very similar concept. Though I bet they're able to tank so efficiently because they're going so fast. You know, because they're able to keep the rage up in between fights, which is a big part of being able to get aggro at the start of a fight. Yeah, look at all this sick DPS I'm doing. With my, like, zero dagger skill over here. Oh, loot. Mind if I don't? Yeah, heal over time should be enough for the rest of this fight pretty easily. That's a nice thing about Druid, it's very hands-off when it comes to, you know, healing. You just kind of put the heal over time and stop worrying about it. I need to get thorns back and then drink. And then here's the wood shop, so that should be good. Oh, but on my warrior, I was kind of bummed out because I found just randomly in the knoll area in Stormwind, or not Stormwind, Elwyn, I just randomly found a hunting bow. And I was like, alright, I can use this to, like, pull things, right? But it turns out, humans don't start with, they don't start with bow skill trained, so the only way I can use the bow is if I go all the way to Darnassus, which, unless I buy a portal to Darnassus, there's just no efficient way to get over there. Uh-oh. I'm gonna drink a bit. Just a little extra boost, because they pulled a lot of enemies. Okay, just 2 left. Then we can drink. Right? Okay, let me drink. Don't pull the boss. Ignore your warrior instincts, because I need mana. Okay, I guess this is fine. That's just 1 woodcutter. They should be alright. And they still have the heal over time on them, because that regrowth, it lasts forever. Like, it's just kind of straight up better than the, once again, trades being a bit of an issue. But yeah, they're just like straight up better. So this Thorns buff is gonna get annoying. I'm gonna feel like I'm playing you know, a pally healer again, where you have to rebuff people every like 5 minutes. It's kind of insane. Ooh. Let's get back to drinking. And actually, milk is pretty cheap, I've noticed. So I probably don't need to be as stingy on my drinking habits. Because, you know, you can even buy the milk on the auction house for less than even, like, innkeepers sell them for. So... yeah, but I'm really gonna need to figure out what I can do as a healer other than just heal. Because... you know, it is a little boring to just, if nobody needs healing, you just kind of stand there or maybe stab something a couple times with a dagger. You know, it all depends on if somebody actually needs healing or not. Plus, you don't really want to be standing nearby in a lot of dungeon fights. Like, especially higher level, there you got things like Maradon. I'm trying to remember, there's other instances as well that have enemies. You know, because like in Maradon, I don't think they're basilisks. They're the weird things with the big fin on their back, the dinosaur things. And they have a screech ability that silences in an AoE. There's, you know, there's a lot of enemies like that. in the game, and you don't really want to be up in melee range when you're a healer. I just wanted to stop it flashing, so buff the... Really? Okay. I guess bat healer is what we're doing now. Which I hope doesn't... Can't do that while silenced. Oh, does the bat silence me? Or was it just costumes in general? Because that was... I think it might have been the bat specifically, because I did start casting the heal as the leper gnome, but I just saw silenced and freaked out and dispelled anything I had on me. These dang costumes, man, I'm telling you. Everyone's always like so obsessed with the costumes, but they get people killed. They silence people and all that. Which, I don't know, if I was gonna be adding a costume into the game as, like, if I was Blizzard, I wouldn't, even if it logically makes sense that a bat should be, you know, silenced, a bat shouldn't be able to talk, it still seems very much like a liability, you know? Like, in this case, if the healer gets turned into a bat, right as the tank is needing healing, the tank could die because the costume silences them, you know? If that was the costume. But I have no idea what else would have silenced me in that case. Hey, I got it. It was one of those situations where I was like, I want it, but I don't want to need it, so I'm just gonna hope that the greed gives it to me. And it did. See, things just sometimes work out. Alright. Turned him into a sheep. How do I get parried by a robot? Yeah, this is kind of embarrassing for me. You know, if my brother was available to give advice, I would ask him what one is supposed to do in their off time as a druid healer, because I'm pretty sure he's healed as a druid before. He's done everything as a druid, because that's like his main class. But he is not here right now. Maybe Void would know. He did say that he does like healing, and that he plays druids quite often. I rolled a 2. That is sad. So yeah, next time I speak with Void, I'll ask him if he knows the intricacies of druid healer and if he can teach me. Also, I've never seen this happen, but what is the etiquette of if 2 people get the same roll on a chest roll? Do those 2 people have to re-roll and see who gets higher then? But yeah, it's such a rare occurrence. I've never seen that happen in all my years of playing WoW. Though, I don't know, I kind of feel like you'd think that would be something that would occur rather often. Right? I mean, it's just a 1 to 100 5 times. So the chance that one like 2 people out of those 5 would have the same number would actually be decently significant. Let's see, 5 agility, that's not better. Still good, but not better than what I have. 'Cause what I have is pretty dang good. Not regrowth. It always puts me in combat when I least want it. Oh, that was pretty good timing, honestly. You know, he charged in right as I got my heal overtimes going. Lets me sit here and regen mana for a bit before having to heal again. Not better. Yeah, I still got it though. Nice. Hey, I was worried that his charging in right at the end of combat would put me in combat again. I wouldn't be able to drink, but that is not the case. We're fine. He's not fine, but we're fine. 'Cause, you know, he's still charging in, going around corners. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I might be a little biased about... Dude, you're the... Dude. You're the tank. What are you doing in there picking up powder? We've got a situation out here. Oh, because I healed, I'm in combat, so I can't drink. Agility and strength. Not sure. Entering combat. What the heck? Oh, well, my passive regen should get me up there anyways.
You there. Check out that noise.
That is a lot of enemies.
We're under attack! Avast, you swabs! Repel the invaders!
You know, usually you don't run in and aggro the entire first half of the dock at once, but you know, they're very confident. Which I suppose I could also take as a compliment to myself, that they would feel confident putting their own life on the line with only me here to heal them. Because yeah, nobody else in this dungeon can heal except, I guess, the paladin. But they're obviously... I think I saw them cast one heal spell part of the way through the dungeon, but they haven't really been doing that much. So yeah, either they're very confident in my abilities, or they're just very, very impatient. I don't... I'm not sure. Or maybe they think because they have a heal over time on themselves that they can just kind of run in and fight while the heal over time lasts. Which, to some degree, is true. I mean, it gives them a good amount of freedom, because I don't really even need to be there to be healing them, because the heal over times are so strong. But I do still need to be able to directly heal should that become applicable. Please have some downtime. Why are you pulling the next group without giving me any downtime? I didn't even come out of combat from that. I'm not gonna be able to heal. Okay, well, we got a crit. That's nice. Okay, now they better let me get to full melee before they charge on in to the next group. Well, I guess 87% is close enough. Yeah, it's close enough for them, so I guess it's got to be close enough for me. How the heck did the warlock get the guy so angry at him? Ow.
You landlubbers are tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise.
Okay, well, we're pretty far away, so the stun's gonna be gone. Yeah, long before he comes back. Gives me a few seconds to get mana.
Now you're making me angry.
Oh. I can't... Wait. So, I think everyone's greeting for it, but... Druids can use two-handed maces, right? I'm just gonna greet it. Okay, they needed it. But, I was gonna say, if I ever do tanking, that could be like the ultimate stat stick for it. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure the druids can train two-handed maces. And that is a lot of stats. I mean, to be fair, I probably could have gotten it just for even cat form could probably use it, but I think that other people would need it a lot more than I would. I'm gonna just a millisecond too late. I always press the drink button just a millisecond late, and then I don't have any mana for the fight. Because he just keeps running in, and we're in constant combat no matter what we do. Okay, kill this guy without aggroing the rest. Thank you. And I need to rebuff at some point. But that's not gonna happen until maybe green face. What's he called? Greenskin? I was thinking like pirate things like green beard, but then I was like, wait, he doesn't have a beard. So yeah. Yeah, I think it's like Captain Greenskin or something. It's a good bow. Got the gem, but not the bow. Very sad. And you know, instead of leaving the other mob to the next engagement. He just had to pull this next dude now. I mean, I guess this guy was running towards him, but we could have caught him. Alright, back to drinking. And we pulled more. It's fine. We're up to mostly full mana, so... And we'll just start trying to rebuff whenever we're given the chance. Oh, they got Cookie. Alright, we're probably alright. Just keep drinking. Okay, I used a potion, but that shouldn't be an issue. We have to keep rebuffing wherever we can. I swear, the game can, like, sense when I'm about to press the drink button, and it puts me in combat, like, the exact instant that I'm trying to drink. Why does it do this to me? Dude, I'm at half mana, and you're at half health. That is not a good situation to be in, I must say. Especially because I don't even have a mana potion for another 2 seconds. Which I guess doesn't matter too much, but... I'm glad something dropped milk so I can continue drinking the 50 drinks a minute it takes to keep up with this. Yeah, I would not want to be a paladin healer. I mean, just the amount of constant mana expenditure that is happening when you are having to buff like every 5 minutes would be insane. You know, every 10 minutes is bad enough. He's fine. Probably. Hey, but luckily these last few fights I've been so busy actually healing that I haven't had to worry about what am I gonna do when not healing, you know? Also, was he trying to pull the group right then? I mean, I guess I was at like 80% mana, but still, that wouldn't have been preferable. You know, it's a greenskin's not the worst fight in the dungeon, but certainly not an easy fight. I would like to have 100% mana for any boss, you know? Really, the only boss in here that I would consider fighting with any less than 100% mana would be the ogre guy at the start that I keep forgetting the name of. Oh, but also because the not getting interrupted while spellcasting talent for druids is it's 5 talent points, not like what 2 or 3 that the priests get. So I still get interrupted if I get hit, so I really can't have any enemies on me. Now we really need to drink. He better not pull this guy until I'm at 100% mana, because already this fight is gonna be super sketchy. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to potion and use the medicine bag just to keep people alive for this fight, because my mana efficiency on the druid isn't nearly as high.
None may challenge the Brotherhood.
You know, just because the DPS says ready does not mean that everyone's ready, my guy. Immediately, let's get the bag going. That just gets us some extra mana.
Lapdogs, all of you.
Definitely healing as a druid
Fools.
requires
Our
a
cause is
lot
righteous.
more like strategy. You know, you need to know when
The
you're putting
Brotherhood
on
shall prevail.
your heal over times. You need to keep track of where, like, how long your heal over times have on them. Ooh. I probably shouldn't be wanting that, because I mean, it's stamina, agility, and strength. Those are all the things that druids love. Not healer druids, just druids in general. But everyone's greeting, it looks like. Did not win. Sad. Only by a few points. I think I was 3 away from winning there. That's nice. Alright, well, that was definitely a good run. Let's see, did I finish all the Deadmines quests? Oh, except for the outside ones, yeah. Oh, and I don't think I have the Kill Van Cleef quest, but I did get the unsent letter. Why don't I have the Kill Van Cleef quest? Did I forget to finish the Sentinel Hill quest line? Or did I do that before? I don't think I did. Yeah. What? I am not able to click on the correct thing here. Yeah, I still am at the point where I need to go to Matthias Shaw in Stormwind, and then that'll send me back to Sentinel Hill again to... I think that's when you get the messenger, right? We're just gonna prowl through because this is kind of a sketchy. I guess they're green, but still kind of sketchy. Tight squeeze through there. All right, well, back to Sentinel Hill, and as expected, the 2 Deadmines runs just took about 2 hours. Very nice. And I only had to use 1 mana potion. Because, yeah, apparently, you know, the Van Cleef fight didn't take as long and wasn't as mana intensive as I thought it would be. So that's good. Let's see, that's all sell. Think sell that, because, yeah, that's not better. We wanted to wear this, because that's just straight up better. Sell that too, and that. And this is all binds when equipped, so. Again, we already got that one, okay. Good stuff, we got it all set up. Oh, and I didn't even use the health stone, which is probably good. I mean, if I had to use the health stone, we were probably in trouble, but it would have been nice if I'd remembered and put it on my bar and all that. Anyways, now there's just running back to Sentinel Hill, but that was the about a 2-hour stream, which was approximately what I was anticipating to do today. So I suppose we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, just some quick Deadmines runs, some healing. Definitely I'm better at priest healing as of now than I am at druid healing, but I'm sure that I'll get more and more into the spirit of things with the druid healing as I go on. You know, especially as I get the focus so I don't get interrupted when hit, because then I won't need to worry nearly as much about having enemies on me. And the reflection to get my mana regen while casting, that would be quite nice. You know, that would help me keep up on mana just slightly better. Also, I still don't get why they put, you know, feral talents into restoration. Like, I kind of suspect they just ran out of room in the feral tree, but they had more stuff they wanted to put in, so it just kind of overflowed into restoration a bit. Anyways, yeah, so we'll do this screen, because this is the screen for ending, as may be apparent. And then yeah, I'll go around and turn in whatever quests I have on this character and manage their inventory and everything off stream. But yeah, once again, we're ending early today because, you know, I have an appointment and everything, so we can't exactly do the full 4 hours as is normally, you know, as we normally do. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably. What day's tomorrow? Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow's Thursday, yeah. So I'll be here tomorrow. Another stream, probably 4-hour stream, that one, because I don't think I have an appointment that day. So we're good. Back to 4-hour streams tomorrow. So yeah, see you guys later. Goodbye.